Katy Perry.
There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
Well, you know something that you can do about it?
What's that?
That we're on camera right now for Third Coast Fantasy Football Week 2 podcast. Live on YouTube Live. As you see, we have the usual suspects with
You know
us.
how many people are actually
Joey,
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yo,
Hey,
are we live?
we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, we're live. Hey, what's going on?
We're live. We are live. Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Yes.
That's a great camera shot of Joe too.
Yeah.
You can be identified by
Sorry,
your phone.
sorry.
There you go. There you go, Joe. Better.
No, I like the other one, the upshot.
So Joe's at work, obviously. Guys, Third Coast Fantasy Football, you know, we're constantly innovating the league. Always trying stuff new. And this week is definitely nothing different. It only took us about an hour to figure out how to do this on YouTube Live. Hopefully you are seeing this, and hopefully everything works out well for y'all. Week 2. So before we get straight into action, does it look way better that it's visual instead of just audio?
Yeah, because I always thought you faked it.
They probably did always think that I faked it, but I didn't. I didn't fake
Good.
it. I'm not a faker. I'm not a faker.
You won't
All right,
try
guys.
that, babe.
Well, how are y'all doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah,
I'm good, man. I'm not at work.
I know.
I'm at work.
I would hate being Joey at work right now. Look, Joey looks like he's trying to do something important.
Oh, I'm got a computer up. We're doing important shit.
Nice. Well, guys, week 2 is in the bag. Talk about shitty week. At least for myself.
It was rough for you, Shui.
I mean, I scored the second most points in the league and lost.
Saw that.
To
Did
this
anybody else
guy.
see that? You saw that, Danny, right? Oh, you played him, right?
I
I
lost
played
to
him.
this guy. Yeah,
Okay.
it was a heartbreaking loss. I tell you what. But you know what? Sexual harassment pandas will survive.
That's funny.
I agree. I still think you got one of the best teams in the league.
I do. So,
I know you do.
where do you want to start, gentlemen? I mean, we can always start with our game
Yeah, we can start with that game.
right off the bat. I mean, it was a heartbreaker. It was a heartbreaker for me. I really thought I had a shot. Scored a lot of points, and I lost.
Yeah, it's tough, man. We talked about this. Anytime your quarterback scores you at least 50 and you still don't manage to win, that hurts, man. And I thought you had me all game. I thought it was yours.
I knew I didn't have a chance, especially when we had 3 players going in the afternoon games and I'd be done by the first game. But miraculously, at the last couple minutes of regular time in the noon games, we showed up. Juju had a touchdown. Ben had a rushing touchdown. Passing. It was Thielen had a touchdown. It just seemed like it was possible to beat the juggernaut.
Now when Pat Mahomes throws 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Pat Mahomes throwing 6 touchdowns definitely hurt me. Danny, what was your take on the game? Be honest. Be honest.
Honestly, man, I really did think you had me. I was at work, so I didn't get a chance to watch most of the games. And I caught the first half, and I saw that I was down a substantial amount of points and only had one more half of football to play. So with my kicker being hurt and pregame warm-ups, I thought for sure you had me. And tuned back in to find out that I had came back and won. So it was a good game, man. I think, like I said, I think you got one of the better squads in the league. You got a good matchup this week with Steve, another dude with one of the better squads in the league. So I think you bounced back.
Yeah, some people call it a good game. Some people call it exciting. Some people call it heartbreaking. Because that's
It was
what
exciting.
It
It
did to me.
was exciting for me.
It was not exciting. It broke my heart. It was really tough. It was a game that early in the season we marked on our calendar that we wanted to win, and we came up just a little bit short. So,
Who would you say is your best player on your roster right now?
best player on my roster right now,
Julio.
I don't know, man. Julio or Juju? I mean, Ben had a really good game. Ben scored 53 points, so it's hard not to say him. But
Yeah, but Ben on the road is a whole other beast.
yeah, well,
In a
I hope
bad way.
I hope he's a beast in a good way.
In a bad way.
He's a bad beast.
I hope he's a good. I hope he's a good beast. So
Gotta watch out for those bad beasts.
What about you, Daniel? Who is your best player?
So far, my early season MVP has been Pat Mahomes. I mean, yeah, I know he's going to come back down to earth and things will even out. But so far, I got to give it to the young guy. Killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, Alvin Kamara is a solid 1B on that one.
I always love Alvin Kamara. He's always going to be my favorite.
And
can't
Emmanuel
say-
Sanders
You
delivering
can't say
again.
always loved him when you had him for 1 year.
Yeah, for 2 years. Well, this is the second year.
Well, as long as I've known him, I've loved him.
True. He drafted him last year.
Yeah.
He loved him that much. he drafted
That
him.
means something, Schwig.
It does.
Lights, camera, action.
That's pretty good.
You skipped, so I think I heard not yours.
Yeah.
Who's next up?
Let's see. Who do I got next in the game? Yeah. So bear with us, guys, because we're fucking with this new technology, and
I got nothing finer than a 49er versus Super Troopers.
Let's do it.
I got that as well. So Warden making a comeback from last week whenever he was a Dick Skin 10 recipient.
Yeah.
Not as Dick Skin 10 this week.
We'll get to that. We'll get to the Dick Skin 10.
I feel like I know the answer.
Yeah. I think we all know the answer.
Yeah.
So going into this game, nothing finer than a Niner. Put up some solid points all the way across the board. Kicker had 14, which is almost more than any other player on Warden's team.
No,
James
Ward's
Conner
team did all right.
I know Deshaun had 34. Devontae Adams had 16.
Evan Ingram got him 15 and a half. He had a decent
Yeah,
Marshawn.
Marshawn had 13, but I'm just saying RJ's kicker did have 14. So
Would y'all say that James
Robbie
Conner,
good as gold.
Would y'all say that James Conner is probably the most value in the draft so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
well,
he wasn't
obviously,
drafted in a lot of leagues.
well, yeah, obviously with Le'Veon not showing up, but good job for RJ. He has Le'Veon and James Conner, so smart owner there. Tevin Coleman also had 15 and a half as a newly acquired starter. So
RJ's fielding a team of backup running backs and doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing very well.
1-1. I mean, I'm 1-1. I mean, we're not doing great, but yeah, 1-1. Warden dropping to 0-2. Just tough, man. Warden had a good game, man. He had a good game. Nothing on his bench. He could have switched out. I mean,
I was just looking at that.
yeah, he started the optimal lineup. So RJ, on the other hand, did have Amari Cooper. He could have started another 18 and a half points. Maybe sub that out and instead of Keenan Allen, and he scores as many points as Wook and I. Maybe even Daniel. I don't want to do the math right now. So that's tough.
Don't worry, Warden. You're going to beat me this week. You'll be back at it.
Daniel is convinced that Warden will win, and we'll have to see. What are your thoughts on the games, guys?
On this game?
Yeah.
I mean, Warden's on his way to a less than 500 season. Does that mean to say? I don't know that. I don't know how to approach that. RJ.
I think Warden bounces back this week. He's playing me. Warden has historically been good against me in the past.
Are you gonna do this?
So I see him coming out to 1-2 after this week, and he'll be right back in the thick of things. Next game on the docket, I've got Team Hashir Jihad, the surprise team so far this season, against the not so surprising Team OB's Not Murderers.
Yeah, not very surprising that OB's Not Murderers are the bottom.
I mean, hey, half of his team, Kirk Cousins got half his points, though.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins dropped a 50 spot, which is impressive.
Damn.
Again, to have your quarterback score 50 and to lose that game, This might be the first time I've ever seen two different teams have quarterbacks score 50 in the same week and both lose. That would be Schwig's team and Sean's team.
Yeah.
That's sad. Sad.
Yeah.
It's tough. When the rest of Sean's team was lucky to score 10, you know, Steve's riding the ups and downs of the Texans offense, and right now having D-Hop and Will Fuller looks like money in the bank. So
yeah, starting both Texans, I have a feeling he's going to run the same thing out against me this week. So going to be tough cheering against the Texans, but might just have to.
yeah, I expect to get a big game from the Texans this week. Warden, again, like I've mentioned, is playing me. He has Deshaun Watson, so I expect Deshaun Watson to throw 5 touchdowns and possibly 400 yards. So I'm sorry about that, Schwig.
Yeah, we're already heading into the other games.
All right.
But let's say on this one, yeah, it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough for Sean. Steve, on the other hand, yeah, it's the undefeated 2-0, top of the Dirty South. Pretty impressive for Steve.
Congrats to Steve, by the way. Good job.
Good job, Steve.
Yeah, I'm proud.
Best team in the league.
Fuck Steve.
He's getting married.
Yeah, why would he do that?
God damn it. So
We already talked about that. We can't just keep going over it.
Sure.
Bench points. Shawnee Boy had a couple people on the bench that could have been breakout for him. Deshaun Jackson with 22.5. Corey Clement with 16.5. Steve, on the other hand, sat Bilal Powell with 15.5. He is starting against me this week. He's going to tonight's games, but it looks like Isaiah Crowell was a better start. So, what do y'all got for the next game?
I've got Golden, Team Pineapple Express, who just was coming off a win against Pigskin Fuckers, 133-121. Another high-scoring game. Again, big contribution from the quarterback here. Golden had Cam go off of 41. Big performance from A.J. Green on Thursday night. Michael Thomas went off. Really just an all-around solid game from his guys. He did lose Joe Mixon in an injury, but does luckily have his backup. And, Harbor really – Andrew Luck fucked him, which typically Harbor would enjoy. But I think in this instance, he was probably pretty upset about it.
Yeah. Definitely not like he could have started anyone else, though. Harbor running one quarterback in this league, which is rare considering teams have 4 to 5 quarterbacks.
No, he's got 2. He's got Carson Wentz.
Oh, yeah, he does. That's right. That's right. An injured quarterback. I guess that helps. Good job, Harbor. It's always fun to see you lose, and I enjoyed you losing. You're in the North, so I don't really care. Joey, how do you feel about it? You're in the North.
Being the only 2-0 person in the North, I love to watch Harbor lose almost as much as I like Golden to lose. But when they play, man, I don't know who I like beating more, Harbor or Golden.
It's easy, Harbor. You're the only undefeated team in the North. House. Is that even possible?
You can look. You can check the records. It's okay.
He is.
Yeah, holler at your boy Schwig.
He's 2-0. Most of the he's 2-0. You've got 4 teams at 1-1, and then you've got Justin in the lowly basement of that division at 0-2.
Poor Justin. Poor
Justin.
Poor guy.
Well, we should wait till our game last, just for his sake. But back to Harbor and Golden.
Yeah, Harbor and Golden.
Golden got a blank from Mike Wallace.
Isaiah Crowell got another touchdown.
I just saw that. Damn. Too bad, Steve. Too bad. Too bad.
Is that his second touchdown?
That is his second touchdown.
Oh, there's a flag.
It's the battle. It's probably for celebration. Sometimes we celebrate a little too hard when we score touchdowns against Steve. It's just what we do.
Anywho, next game up on the docket, Chi-Town Crushers, who smoked Lou, the Bad Intentions, 147.5 to 100.5. Look, you're back, baby. We all doubted you. We bet against you last week, and You came out and absolutely smoked Lou, proving once again that you do have one of, if not the best teams in the league.
No Wook. No.
Huge contributions from Phillip Rivers, Stephon Diggs, Chicago's defense, T.Y. Hilton, Zeke had a good game. Really, anybody that you had on your squad went off. Even got contributions from your bench. Lou, decent outing, but you didn't really have that one guy go off. Christian McCaffrey had a really good game, but outside of that, you could have started Sammy Watkins, but even that wouldn't have made the difference. Wook, again, just asserting his dominance in this league.
It's good to see that Chicago Bears defense pay dividends for Wook. I mean, that's one thing I can get behind. Being a fan of a shitty team like the Cincinnati Reds, I always get excited when they do well. So Wook's Chicago defense, I'm proud of him for that. Lou he got fucked with Gronk only scoring 2 points. That's not very solid. You expect more out of your, what was he, a third-round draft pick for Lou? Third round?
Second or third, yeah.
Yeah. So I think Joe's taking a shit right now.
Second round draft pick.
Oh, he was second?
Yeah.
Wow. So you expect better than 2 points from that. Look, we'll see. You're in the North, and the North is really super weak. So if the best team is Joey, I really feel like you can really make moves in that league. What do you think, Daniel?
Yeah, I agree. It was funny. I was looking. We discussed this too. An interesting stat with Joe's team. He is at the top of the division right now, undefeated. But if you look, he's also while he's first in record and has the lowest amount of points scored against him, he's fifth in that division in points scored. So I do expect things to kind of play themselves out how they should, and we'll see what happens. Oh, Joe's back.
Joe. Yeah. Hey, Joe.
Hey.
Oh, I think Joe.
Next game up is actually Joe's game against Justin, the token team. Dick Punchers, able to score under 100 and still ink out the W. A defensive matchup, nonetheless. Justin picked up a third quarterback added to his roster, started over his two remaining quarterbacks, and scored the least amount of points out of all three. So I don't know if you guys remember last week, but Justin spent a higher round draft pick on Russell Wilson, decided to go with Matt Stafford. Russell Wilson outscored Matt Stafford this week, decided he didn't want to go with Matt Stafford or Russell Wilson, picked up Alex Smith. Alex Smith only scored 15. Had he stuck with Matt Stafford, he would have gotten 38. And if he would have at least played Russell Wilson, he would have gotten 20. Justin's scrambling at this point.
You know what? What's interesting to me, and I get it, you can't start two quarterbacks, but Justin's bench players outscored his regular starting lineup with basically 4 players on his bench.
Yeah.
Scored more than his starters.
I get he's got a running back out, but, if you look at the way his current roster is made up, he's got 3 quarterbacks and 3 tight ends rostered. And like you said, you can only start 1 quarterback and typically only 1 tight end. I guess you can start 2 tight ends if you want. So just an interesting strategy, but we'll see if it pays off, Cotton.
Dick Skin 10 written all over it all year, buddy. That's what I'm thinking. That's
back-to-back Dick Skin 10.
Dick Skin 10s for Justin. Justin, I hate to say that I'm sad.
I'm sad for him.
I'm not. I'm happy. I'm happy you suck. Joey, what do you think about your matchup with Justin this week?
I'm surprised I
last
pulled it out. I sat Aaron Rodgers. It wound up paying off. I started Jared Goff. I don't know if that was smart or stupid, but it was a risky call. I just didn't want to worry about it was a tough matchup, and he was injured. So,
Joey, let me cut you off. You do realize it didn't matter which one you started, right? You were playing Justin.
Schwig, I'm trying to be nice, man. I'm trying to be civil here.
Okay,
all right.
Continue.
David Johnson and the Cardinals need to get their shit together. I don't know what's going on there. Tyreek Hill, of course, came through again. Zach Ertz had a great game. Larry Fitz hurt himself, so I hope he's healthy next week. But Other than that, I was never scared at any point in
And
time.
Tyrod Taylor looks like shit in this game, dude. They need
Really
to fucking
does.
pull his ass, but
Look, Baker's about to come in.
he should be. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you guys know, we're watching the Thursday night football game. It's a terrible game so far. Except for Schwick.
Except for you're Crowello in it.
Would y'all like to see a live text from Steve?
Sure.
Yes.
If this works.
It does not work. Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Oh, it's coming in.
That's
It's
high.
backward.
Whack ass vultures. God damn it.
God damn it.
Going to be a lot of
Going to
rushing
be a lot of
yards to go
rushing
around
yards to go
tonight.
around.
The Browns are
Those
awful.
are awful. Well, shout out to Steve.
Aw.
You're getting wrecked.
Makes me smile.
That was
Makes me smile.
That was 4 different texts too, by the way. That makes it even funnier.
Yeah, it made me super happy because I sent him an first after Crowell's first touchdown, and he's still living on the dream that Bilal Powell is going to actually do something nice for him. So it's
I
not
don't
going
see it
to happen.
happening. Let's go to this week's matchups.
Oh, already on this week. Okay.
Okay, give me a second. Let me click through this bullshit. All right. Oh, week 3. Okay, I'm already beating Steve 15-5. We'll start there. So I'm beating Steve 15-5.
It's 4 on my screen.
I show it 15-4 as well.
I see 15-4. Sure, he's got his cheat commissioner code in to get an extra point every game.
Yeah, I was giving Steve an extra point. He obviously fucking needs it. I said it's 15-5. I mean, like he's getting married, bro. Like,
I
give him
feel
an
that.
extra point.
I feel that.
Like, he's
So
got-
on paper, I actually think that this is one of the better matchups this week. Potential for game of the week. I'm obviously rooting Twig since Steve is undefeated. So go sexual harassment pandas.
Yeah.
Go sexual harassment pandas.
I show y'all the back of my shirt is one of the greatest squads ever assembled.
Let's see it.
End the show with that. Maybe we'll end the show with that.
Okay.
I don't need y'all to see it now because I need y'all to focus on how great my team is this year. I do feel like I'm gonna stomp a mud hole in Steve. Isn't Steve like an Aryan, bro? Isn't he Aryan?
Wait, what?
He's Lebanese.
Oh, Lebanese. Oh, okay.
He's Middle
That's like-
Eastern.
Yeah. So he still hates black people.
He hates all people except Middle Eastern people.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, Steve, undefeated in the Dirty South is not something that you're going to have going on all year for you, okay? This is actually probably the most wins you've ever had in week 2, your whole career in Third Coast.
That's actually a fact.
So I really, really need you to come back down to earth and take this ass whooping like a jihad. That's all I have to say about that. Hopefully Ben has a big game. I'm wanting to win. Tampa Bay doesn't have the greatest defense. It's going to be another shootout like he just played in Kansas City.
The one thing I'm worried about, again, is Warden's potential to have a huge game against me. And since Warden has Deshaun Watson's got to throw it to somebody, and I'm guessing it's going to be a lot of DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller. So, Steve, you definitely have that to look forward to. Don't get too down on yourself if you're down after tonight's game, because Warden's team is going to go off, which by default means you'll get some of that love too.
Warden, I hope your team sucks. I hope that's understood. Sorry. I need a shitty game out of Deshaun Watson, and I'm not going to make any qualms about it. So Joey dropped off again, so we're going to take this second to just really let y'all know how big of a faggot Joey really, really is.
He's a big pussy.
Not the F word. I didn't mean that. I meant fairy.
Butt pirate.
Butt pirate. Yeah.
He's
I
the
didn't mean
biggest
that.
butt pirate. we
Sorry,
have.
YouTube Live. Please don't.
Oh,
Please don't make me lose my job. He's a great guy. I love Joey Garcia.
Oh, it was just 2
I
people that
wouldn't-
walked in. You could hear everything.
I wouldn't want. Oh, so they know.
They heard everything that y'all just said.
Excellent. So they heard me talking about you.
Oh, that's great.
oh man.
Okay. What's the next matchup? I'm gonna beat Steve next. Go on to the next one.
All right.
That was
All right, next matchup I have is
What the real game of the real game of the week, guys?
nothing finer than a 49er and
That's not the real game of the week.
Team
Yeah, I got that one too.
OBs, not murderers.
I do like how our lists are the same. So all I have to do is click down to the next one and everything works out. But yeah, I have that same game. Jimmy G versus Kirk Cousins is kind of a wash in my book. Jimmy G at Kansas City. Kansas City's D,
horrible defenses on both sides.
Yeah, exactly. Buffalo, horrible defense. I give the edge to Tevin Coleman over LaShawn McCoy because I do think Shady's a bust this year.
Yes,
you heard it live from me. I think Shady's a bust.
He's hurt, isn't he?
I thought he was still going to play. Not 100% sure.
Yeah, he looks hurt to me.
I like James Conner over Corey Clement for sure.
Not a Jay Ajayi. If Jay Ajayi's out, Corey Clement's a top 10 running back this week. Against Indianapolis, they have nobody. Oh yeah, you said they have the one. What's his name?
Who's that cat? Who's that big kitty?
That's Claus. Everyone say hi, Claus.
Hey, Claus, you gonna clean yourself on Swig's counter? Is that Cheeto that he's looking at, or what's up there?
Broke my cartridge earlier today. I almost punched the shit out of him.
A couple of loose Cheetos on your countertop, it looks like.
Yeah, that's a.
Yeah, I actually like. Sorry, Sean. I do like. I expect Antonio Brown to bounce back. But I do like overall. I just like RJ's team's a little bit better. I think he's got some more firepower than Sean does.
Sean doesn't listen to this. Let's cut the bullshit. RJ's team's way fucking better. Okay, cut the bullshit.
I expect RJ to win this one.
Yeah.
I expect Sean to get the Dick Skin 10 this week. Well, let me Justin's team. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, let's not. No.
If it wasn't for as shitty as Justin has been, Sean's due for a really, really like a 54. I'm calling 57.5.
Wow, that's so low. Mahomes had that in one game, right, Schwig?
He had 58. Fuck you. Okay. Is there any bench love that any of them can put in? No. Le'Veon, no. Chris Hogan.
I do like George. Not over Travis Kelce.
No.
You could tell that that RJ is definitely a Niner fan. by the way his team is constructed.
Yeah, he reps. Him and Wook both. Next game on the docket is myself and Warden, which I've kind of been hinting at as we've been doing this podcast. But
can me and Schwig take this one over because you always like to be like, oh, there's no way I can win.
Well, I went back and looked at. I got some stats for it. And I went back and looked at it, and Warden's team averages 35 points more in games that he plays against me.
You only base that on ESPN, not our whole entire fantasy careers.
I actually completely made that up, but I think it's got to be pretty close to something like that. Warden's team usually kills me.
I'll mute him, Joe. I'll mute him. I'll mute his ass. Joe, go ahead. What do you feel? What's your thoughts on this game, Joe?
I mean, Danny's got such a strong team. He is right though. Warden does always bring it when he plays Danny, but I mean, Danny's just got way too much firepower, and the matchups are good. He's already picked to win by 15 points. Not that means shit, but at the same time, you're stacked, man. You got the best team in the league, hands down.
The proof's in the pudding. The points are definitely there for Danny's team.
I don't know about that streaming Browns defense, but hey, that's you.
Not looking too hot tonight, but I usually like the home defense on a Thursday night.
Not bad.
Not looking too hot tonight though.
I got you winning in a landslide, Daniel. To go 3-0 and to put Chris to 0-3.
I would hope that happens, but I honestly believe that Warden is going to bounce back this week. I think Deshaun Watson at home is due for a big game, and I think they put it on the Giants. So congrats, Warden. Hopefully I can keep it close and respectable. But good win on you, man. Good win.
All right. I just muted Danny because I'm sick of hearing his bullshit. I told him to stop doing that. He didn't listen. So he gets muted.
I can unmute myself.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm back. Warden's going to beat me. I'm back.
Hey, that would have been hilarious if you didn't know that you could beat that. Why are you clicking on shit, bro? What if you ruined the live? What if you ruined the broadcast? Quit clicking on shit. Damn. What the fuck is the point of me being able to mute somebody if you can just unmute yourself? That's fucking stupid.
It's kind of dumb.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Oh.
But now we know we can mute Joe, like if someone comes in or something.
Yeah, but we're not gonna do that. I want to hear everything of Joe's shady transactions at third floor.
Why they
Oh,
gotta
shit.
do transaction?
Joey, just so it's live on camera, walk up to somebody and slap them. Do it.
There she is.
Bah! No, I can't slap her.
You should have slapped her. She never would have seen it coming.
She never
Can you
saw it
grab her
coming.
titties instead?
I'm not. No. No.
All right.
These guys.
If I was the boss, I'd tell her to stop fucking sitting on the cooler and get
I
the
would
goddamn
never.
work. But
True.
I don't know. Maybe we run our establishments differently.
Clearly.
How about we've been open for 35 minutes and two black guys walked in and just saw this on the phone and then they just walked out. And other than that, we've had no business whatsoever. So I'm okay.
You didn't want black guys' business anyways, Joe. Tell the truth. It's only on
Yeah.
YouTube Live. No one's
Yeah.
watching.
No one's watching, bro.
Okay.
So
maybe,
anyways,
maybe.
Next matchup, Wook of the Chi-Town Crushers versus Team Express. Pineapple Express, excuse me. Team Express would be a clothing store line, probably a gay team, but yeah, Chris versus Wook this week. And then what should be a close game as well.
And my friend posted and goes, and
Yeah, Joe gets muted because someone else is talking to him.
I like Wook. He bounced back.
I'm
There's
back.
another one where Golden, man, I really like your squad, but I think Wook's team's rolling right now, and I expect him to continue doing that this week as well.
This is a pick 'em for me. I got Rook, but if
I think this to me seriously, this is probably the game of the week. I think we picked Wook as game of the week last week, and I really just
No.
I think you and Steve is the game of the week, bro.
I think me and Harbor's the game.
Yeah, and I think Joe and Harbor is game of the week. I think there's a couple of potential games of the week right now.
well, we'll see. I like Cam over Phillip Rivers, but after that, Michael Thomas over Ty, I like that. AJ and Stephon Diggs is kind of a wash. Tight ends, they both kind of suck. Wook's tight end, in fact, I don't think he's done anything yet. 0 points.
No.
That's not good. And then I definitely like Marvelous Marvin Jones Jr. as the flex over Calvin Ridley. Yeah, I probably got to edge this one out to Wook on this one. Putting him up there with Joe if Joe loses. Tied for first. Or Golden. I mean, this is an important game for them.
Yeah.
Pivotal part of the season. Divisional round. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a good game. On to the next game. Is it the last game also, or is there two more?
I got two more.
So the next game is the Dick Skin. Oh, wait, no. It's the Dick Punchers. Not the Dick Skin team. Not yet.
I called them the Dick Skin Punchers earlier, too.
Yeah.
The Dick Punchers versus the Pigskin Fuckers. Two dudes with some weird hangups, clearly. Projected to be a close game. Harbor gets Carson Wentz back, so it'll be interesting to see how he does this week. Looking forward to seeing him play. From top to bottom, this is a very evenly matched game. I honestly, Harbor's been averaging a little bit more per game than Joe has. So maybe I give the slight edge to Harbor, but this is an absolute pick'em for me. The projections show Joe actually with the slight edge, and with the way Jarvis Landry's playing right now for Harbor, I'd have to agree that Joe looks like he's getting a little bit of an upper hand early. So,
we're in luck. Joey's here. Joey, what's your thoughts on the game? Tell us.
I mean, as long as Larry Fitz plays and Aaron Rodgers doesn't get hurt, I like my chances. Carson Wentz coming back from injury. We've seen Deshaun Watson struggle a little bit. I expect the same from Carson Wentz, even though Indianapolis is terrible. I like my wide receiver. I like Tyreek Hill a little more than Mike Evans, but Mike Evans is balling. It's gonna be a close one, man. It's gonna be a close one.
So you take yourself. How many points do you beat Harbor by?
12.
Oh.
Wow. That's bulletin board material, Harbs.
I think
Well-
Aaron Rodgers has a
Hey,
big game.
real quick, Harbor's, if y'all aren't following her, Christina Harbor, great follow on Facebook. She posted a picture today. Essentially, it was what would she look like as a boy? And it looks
It looks
just
just-
like Harbor. Very funny. I encourage you guys to find that. If you can't find it, text me. I will send it to you. It's really, really good.
Nice. 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 You know, Joe, Harbor might just be of a different pedigree than you. I don't know. I'm gonna give this edge to Harbor. No offense. You got a good team. I like a lot of Harbor's matchups. I think Carson Wentz is gonna go off this week.
Oh yeah, based on the year that he's played very well. Or no?
Hold up, I'm trying to mute Joe. Okay, I just muted him. It was my see if he can do it. Damn it, he can still unmute it. Because it's my turn to fucking talk, and you're just disregarding what I say.
Yeah.
No. Good luck to you, Joe. I think it is going to be a close game. I don't think you're going to beat him by 12. I see this one being decided by closer, like maybe 5. It's gonna be a close game. So we'll see. Good luck to you. Starting off 3-0 is a good way to make yourself a playoff team. I'll tell you
That's
what.
true.
So,
It definitely increases the odds. Last game of the week, we've got the token team, Justin, who's the recipient of 2 back-to-back Dick Skin 10 awards. Also has become the new waiver wire warrior as he has really overhauled his roster over the last couple of weeks versus Lou, who has been running with the steady hand. I definitely expect Lou to win easily over Justin. Picked up Ryan Fitzpatrick and will be starting him, it looks like, as his 4th quarterback. And so I expect the Fitz magic to disappear this week. So if you got Fitzpatrick in any other leagues, expect him to bomb and do terribly. Outside of that, it's just a tough going. There's not too much on Justin's team that I like, and there's a lot on Lou's that's working right now. So I expect Lou to win this one easily.
yeah, I'm going to have to give the edge to Lou. Go ahead, Joe.
Can we give Justin a call somehow and wonder why he drafted Russell Wilson if he never intended to play him?
Nah.
I just don't get that.
It's fun to talk about it, though.
But I mean,
Yeah.
he was a number 1 fantasy quarterback last year, and you drafted him to be your number 1 fantasy quarterback, and here we are, week 3, and you haven't even started him yet. That's just baffling.
So if I may, what I think is happening is Justin is laying in bed at night, stoned, really stoned, and he's just looking at his roster and overthinking everything right now. And he is just, because I could tell by how terrible the moves have been. And so it's just one bad move after another, one bad start after another. He has got to put the phone down. Just stop, Justin.
Sure.
Stop.
Less is more. Less is
Yeah.
more.
This is
You've
absolutely
won. You're a title contender. You've won before.
Yeah. You've been to two Super Bowls already, and you're playing like Steve.
You're the new Steve, Justin.
It is funny that him and Steve have both dropped over $70 on tight end free agents by week 3. I thought that was pretty interesting. That must be.
It's an interesting stat. You're absolutely right.
Steve, you and Justin better find some time.
You know what's funny too is recently Steve has become Sandy's favorite son.
Oh wow.
It's true. Steve has overtaken Justin as Sandy's favorite son, and also Steve has now become the better fantasy football player. Coincidence? I think not.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Justin, you better beg for her love back, okay, bro? You better call your mom and get your shit together.
Start doing way more drugs. Start acting way stupider.
You gotta figure this thing out, man.
Steve did. Yeah, there's some things you can do. Just go back and look at Steve's last 10 years. You can get back on top.
He's written the script. just follow it.
Follow in your brother's footsteps.
I mean, I wouldn't normally suggest that, but yeah, Steve's the prodigal son who's returned
Steve
home.
has become the prodigal son and the better fantasy football player. It's interesting.
It happened overnight, I feel. Man.
Well, I think that's it for this week. I mean, kind of wrap it up. So what's y'all's game of the week, Daniel?
My game, I have 2. I'll give you one in each division. I think you and Steve has to be considered one of the games of the week. And then in the North, I think Joe sitting at the top of the division, playing against Harbor, a very evenly matched game. So those would be my 2 games of the week.
It looks like Lambo lost a point over the time we've been talking.
Yeah, Balloon Powell got negative yardage.
Oh man. Yeah, I can get on board.
Baker's
I can
out
get
there.
on board.
Hey,
Yeah,
Baker's
Baker
out
Mayfield is in the game. I can get on board with both those game of the weeks as well. But I do like that Wilk matchup as well. So we'll see. It should be an exciting week of action. There is something that we did find out, and I was false on the last podcast. Apparently, waivers are cleared after Thursday. So you can add free agents without going through the bidding process. So it looks like you will not be fucked if you're lazy and you forget.
Yeah, as long as the guys clear waivers, you can go and pick them up without placing a bid.
So day of Sunday, you can pick up a guy.
As long as they
Right.
cleared waivers originally, yes.
Gotcha.
Baker Mayfield's first pass was for a completion. That's good to see. Real quick, I just want to give us a rundown of the standings. Sitting at the top of the standings in the Dirty South, myself and Steve tied at 2-0. Schwig and nothing finer than a 49er at 1-1, tied for third. And then Sean and Warden rounding out the bottom of the barrel at 0-2. And on to the nasty North, Dick Punchers sitting all alone at the top. It must be lonely at 2-0.
I'm okay.
And then a 4-way tie for second between Chi-Town Crushers, Pineapple Express, Pigskin Fuckers, and Bad Intentions. And then, of course, the aforementioned Justin Reeves and the Terrible Token team at 0-2.
It's crazy. Joe can get a good head up on the North, as well as you can get a good head up on the South playing Warden's team. So it should be a pretty interesting week. We'll see how it all pans out going into the next week. I don't really have anything else, man. Thank you.
Look at
for
that
watching
big
us.
man run. That is awesome.
I hope all the technology shit of this podcast actually works and it goes through and y'all are able to watch it.
Yeah, hopefully there's sound.
Yeah, I really hope we didn't waste our time. That would be upsetting. So it'll only get better, gentlemen. Also with this is what we're using Google Hangout.
You guys are more than welcome to join.
Yeah. At any time, it's pretty easy. I bought a webcam, but I'm also starting a Camster and Chatterbait account also. So if you want to follow me on that, it's Big Dick Schwig 39. I might get one of those little vibrator things to put up my ass. I'm not sure yet.
How do you even know about that? That's crazy. Not that
Joey,
I know
don't
about
act like you don't know about it.
Joe just thought he was the only
I
one.
watch Chatterbait for free.
He's got it on his Venom box.
Joe has that vibrator thing up his ass right now.
Right now. It's pink. It's pink and it's got a little tail like a pigtail.
You're an idiot. Okay. Anything else, gentlemen?
No, man, that's a wrap. Hey, congrats.
That's all I got,
to the
man.
people
Good luck
that
this week,
won.
guys. Warden, congrats again on your win.
Seriously though, if any of y'all want to join this group call and talk, by all means, man, the more the merrier. I think it can support up to 9 people. All y'all obviously couldn't talk at once, but and it's still our show, so don't think you're gonna become a star. But anyhow, signing off, guys. Y'all have a good one. Good luck to everybody this week.
Peace.